Um, Ladies and gentlemen, والشباب والشابات واليوم دارين نحكي ست البيت وأنا my wife and I we want to talk about how we met.
Yes.
And I met her on social media.
Bookface.
Ladies and gentlemen,
they call it, yeah, bookface actually. She said it. And one day I was laying on my bed and I was just on Facebook, and you know, when you're on Facebook, you click there and you get out of there, you click there and you get out of there. So I found her. She was just looking at me like, what are you doing there? Sleeping on a bed. And then I said, like, I'm not doing nothing. I click on the face, like, okay, let me see, who is she? First time, I thought like she's Black American actually.
Yeah, you sure did.
And but she's not Black American.
But you still sent me a friend request, though.
And do you know how I know that? Because her name is Gizma actually. And I never met any Black American. Her name is Gizma. It might be there, but who knows?
You over here putting out my government.
And then I sent her friend request, and she did not accept it the time that I wanted it. Mm-hmm. She ignored me.
Sure did.
And then I did a scam message. And then she looked at that. You know how FBI's do, like when they see something new, they investigate. So she did the investigation. Later, she accepted me as a friend request, and then she said hi back to me.
So once he slid in my inbox, and I still wasn't trying to accept his friend request, so I went to his Facebook to see who's this guy that keep bugging me, you know what I'm saying? And I thought he was so handsome. Like, I saw this video, this live video that he made, and it was, I believe, at a wedding. You were at a wedding? Yeah. And he had this smile on his face, and he looked so handsome. He had this white suit on, girl. Let me tell you, he had this white suit on, beautiful pearly whites, you know, smiling, beautiful nice teeth, handsome face. I was like, I guess I'll.
That's why actually
I guess I'll accept his friend request.
She already put the stamp on already on that day.
I mean, we'll never know. I'll never admit to that.
I never know, you know, if we're gonna like be a husband and wife and, you know, bring kids. And
I knew it. I knew he was gonna be my husband.
But you know, it's like, you know, like people do, you know, they're here in America, but they have contacts in Sudan, and they never met the girl, but they do the conversation, they make an agreement on the phone, everything, they talk with the parents, and then they give them like, you know, hey, you have to come and marry this girl. And someone like, you know, get prepared from here and go back to Sudan and meet the girl and get married. Simple as that. Or maybe mom or dad can, you know, find one for you. and ask the same thing. I don't see any differences. It's the same thing. Like meeting a girl here, or meeting a girl, like having conversation with a girl, like from country to country, and you never met the person, but just on the phone, and you see the pictures, and you hear the parents say like, "Oh, that girl is good," and all that stuff, and you just go and get married.
Yeah, so back to our story.
So our story is, that's how we met. And I came.
No, right after that, you was all up in my inbox because you didn't believe that I was Sudanese.
Yeah, that was true.
We were conversing for a little bit that same day, and he couldn't believe that I was Sudanese, although I told him I was. He wanted to FaceTime video chat with me so that he can hear me speak Arabic, so he knows that I am from Sudan.
Yep.
I told him I was busy that day and I had a lot to do because I had some clients I was doing makeup for, and he was very anxious. And finally, I was free like a few hours later. I mean, he kept bugging me, like real talk. He kept bugging me, "Are you free now? Are you free now? Are you free now?"
And I think like she's just doing that on purpose.
This was a fact.
Girls and stuff, never know.
It was a fact. So anyhow, so when we did finally talk, he finally believed that I was Sudanese, and I think his heart just...
Yeah, my heart melted. And then, like, as I said, I have a bow and arrow. Then I put a heart on the arrow, and then I shoot it, and then went it straight to her.
Oh, cute, the arrow is so sweet.
So, and that arrow is stuck, never get out.
And try and get rid of it.
Oh, really?
No, just
okay.
Okay, so then at fast forward to us talking for a while, then we decided to meet in person finally. And I told him we can meet in Minneapolis because you never know, he might have been a serial killer or something. So we decided to meet. We decided to meet in Minnesota. So I had to drive up there and he flew in there. So it wasn't my house, it wasn't his house. So it was a middle ground where we can, meet, get to know each other, spend the weekend hanging out, and see from there, right?
Yeah.
That's how it went. So then what happened when you flew to Minneapolis?
When I came to Minneapolis, I thought I'm going to meet her before me. Like, I thought actually she will come to Minneapolis before me. Then I get to Minneapolis. I went to the hotel, and she's not there. I called her. I said, like, I'm right here. Where are you? She's like, okay, just 2 hours. I'll be there. 2 hours passed. Another 2 hours passed. 6 hours. I was so frustrated. Like, where is she at?
You were good at not showing it, though.
And so I said, like, instead of me waiting for her right there, I mean, just laying on my, on my bed and waiting for her, just let me go out, my phone is dead, and get a charger and get some food for us. I went outside the hotel and, doing my stuff. It was a little bit cold. Then, of course, I took my time. I think she tried calling me a lot of time, but
his phone was dead when I finally got to Minneapolis, and he was out of the hotel.
So what happened is, I got my food and my charger. By the time I come back to the hotel, she's already there. And there's like the front desk people. They told her that I'm with a girl inside the room, and I don't think so. He gonna answer the phone.
He sure did. The front desk guy was trying to holler at me, and he like gave me a scare. Was like, oh, since he's not answering your phone, he might be in the room with another girl. I was like,
That's a big lie.
so you can't. So this dude would come all the way from Minneapolis, all the way from San Diego to come to Minneapolis to meet me, and then he would meet up with another chick, like. And I started to have some self-doubt, I'm not gonna lie.
Say that quick. Huh?
I'm not gonna lie. I
quick?
was like, you know what? So this guy trying to play me. So I left the hotel, right? Because he still wasn't back yet. So I was in the entrance, and I was looking for him. I kept calling his phone. And of course, like, they can't disclose to me, like, what room number he's in or anything. So, like... I was like, you know what, forget this. So it was already like half an hour. I was like, you know what, since I'm in Minnesota, I have some friends out here. Let me go to one of my friends' house. It's the weekend. Let's link up, you know, go and grab something to eat or whatever.
Can you imagine? I waited 6 hours. And she just got there.
I did not have patience. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have patience.
Okay. So when I came to the hotel, I saw her like she was facing that, you know, like in a different direction.
No, that's not what happened. You're moving too fast. So remember after when I left the hotel. So he calls me. And he finally got to the hotel and charged his phone, and he calls me, and I was already on the highway, and he was like, what's going on? What's wrong? Why are you mad? And I was pissed. I was so heated. And he was like trying his best to get me to come back to the hotel. I think he was gonna die if I didn't come back.
And then yeah, from there, so I just waited, and I don't know. I just came out, and then I found her, like behind the you know, the front desk. She's just, I don't know what she's doing, but
I was on the phone with my friend telling her, girl, to this dude that stood me up and all the stuff that had happened, and finally I was able to come back to the hotel.
Making report as soon as possible, like,
you know, because they knew, my friends knew I was gonna go see you and I was meeting up with you, so of course I had to let them know in case you were a killer or something would have happened to me. They had to get updates.
Oh.
So they're like, do you guys still didn't meet? I was like, no, we didn't meet.
So anyway,
but yeah.
I went behind her, and then I closed her eyes, and she was like, who is this?
Yeah, so he did like this, like, to me. Yeah.
And then I was quiet, and then finally, you know, like, she looked at me, and she turned around, and she looked at me, and she was like, oh wow. And
I said, oh wow, Issam, you're gonna sit here and lie to these people.
I didn't heard, but you said it in your heart. Yeah. I know it.
You know it?
I know.
Whatever. He's lying, but go ahead.
Yeah, and so we did a little bit conversation, and you know.
He's lying. There was no conversation because I was too shy. Sarahan, I was too shy. I was so nervous to be around him, and there was no conversation. He was like hugging me.
Yeah, I give her a hug when I first met her.
He kept on holding me, like he wasn't letting me breathe.
No, that's okay. Hold on. No, she just went too far.
It's the truth. Listen, you guys, he was all over me.
No, she went too far.
He was all over me. He was like if he would have let me go, like I was gonna run away or something. Like he couldn't believe he finally found such a woman. So
look at her.
Okay, it's the truth. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It's true that I met her the first time. Yes, I fell in love with her, and okay, so I told her like, okay, let's go to the hotel. So we went there. We sit down, and she's too shy, but I know whatever that she's saying in her heart that can tell me.
He was not telling you anything.
Yeah, it tells me already. It told me already what's going on.
No, it was not.
And you know,
but it was cute.
And we spent the night, and actually, it's amazing that nothing happened. But
y'all want to see our first picture together? Our very first picture together. I'll post it right there.
And so
we went out to
in the morning. We went to the a restaurant nearby, and then we ate. We took some pictures, and you know, I think we went back to the Somali Mall.
You already know Somali Mall. He took me shopping, girl.
I did some shopping for her.
Yes.
And then from there,
he was a big spender. You know, he was.
I and her, like, we got in the car, and then, you know, from Minneapolis all the way to South Dakota.
No, we went to go visit Uncle Mujahid first.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, so I went to go visit one of my family members nearby. I think it was like an hour away from Minneapolis. Then after that, we had dinner with them, and then we went to South Dakota.
I can't lie. It was a very long day for me. I never walked or drove like that long. But it was an amazing time, you know. And after, when we visit, you know, her uncle, then we come back to South Dakota. And then I think
we spent some time together. He stayed for a whole week.
I stayed there 1 week, yeah.
Yeah, he stayed for a whole week.
And
for a whole week.
She's busy, and
I was, you know, I pulled out all the best recipes, girls. I was impressing him. We celebrated his birthday together.
That's right.
I surprised him with some gifts, and yeah.
Yeah, the funny part is, like, okay, that day, I think the second day before I leave, the first day before I leave, she did birthday for me.
I sure did.
And it was amazing because I never had any birthday since I was born. Maybe my parents did before that, you know, when I was young, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
But after, when I grew up, nobody did any birthday for me. And honestly, all I can say, 95% of Sudanese, like, they don't have any birthdays. They don't celebrate. People think, you know, like, oh, you know what? Where's the food so we can eat? Not doing birthdays. You know, a few people do that. Only like people with money. But yeah, she did birthday for me, and
I got him some nice gifts because I'm the best gift giver.
And so I spent that night, and then in the morning
he told me he loved me all.
Yeah, I did a lot. And
he was like, I could never met anyone like you. I was like, yes, baby, me too.
Yep. And I drove all the way to Minneapolis again, and I went home after 2 months later.
We started talking about marriage, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about marriage, like, you know, yeah, like that. As soon as I left, so we started talking about, you know, marriage and all that stuff, and then 2 months later, then we got together.
We had our wedding by the third month after. So yeah.
I think the third month, yeah.
Yeah, third month after.
On May 5. So we had our wedding, and
oh yeah, wow. So now you remember our wedding anniversary?
anyway.
So he remembered our wedding anniversary. He forgot our first wedding anniversary, so I was hot and heated, but that's for another day.
Well, I did.
But yeah, so we ended up getting married. Here's our beautiful wedding. It was a beautiful day. It was very stressful. We had a lot of issues and families, and you guys know how weddings are. But at the end, we were happy. Someone was more happier than me because he finally got the woman of his dreams. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
And then we finally got to, so he was very happy. And I was too.
Yeah, we were happy. I mean,
it was a good night.
It is.
Good
And
good morning.
Overall, this is
That's our story.
the story of
How we met.
us being together. And I hope you guys can learn something from
Check
this video.
your inbox, ladies, because he might be in there bugging you.
Like and subscribe,
To our channel.
and let that bell ring, ding ding. So make sure that's
Your post notifications on.
Yep.
All right.
See you again.
Are you happy to be married to me?
Yes,
Do you love me?
I love you.
How much?
It doesn't have any number. Full.
Full. I'm not convinced.
Okay, 1 billion.
Okay.
You're fine.
I'll take it.